maybe a little spot of drizzle as we've moved through the morning. And it does appear as though later on this afternoon, more than likely after 2 o'clock or so, we're going to be in to see not only a thickening of the clouds, but also a little bit better chance of seeing some shower activity. We do have a low pressure system, a frontal system associated with it. The low is over the southwestern corner of the Upper Peninsula. Immediately before sunrise, we did see a warm front move up through, which was the reason why we did get a little bit of precipitation. Some folks picking up 1/10 of an inch, maybe a little bit less. The further north you got in the state, the more rain you did pick up. And we did have a couple reports in Bay City and also over in Midland where they picked up closer to 1,500ths of an inch. But in southern Michigan, not much of anything in the way of moisture. Moving through the afternoon, the southern part of the state is going to get a little bit more than what we will be seeing. I think the rain shower activity is going to be pretty much widely scattered, but more concentrated the further south you get. And that's one of the reasons why, as we go into the afternoon, more than likely there are going to be some severe thunderstorm watches up. I think south of the 69 corridor, moving down toward Indiana and Ohio, down in that part of the Midwest, we are going to see a little bit more in the way of severe weather. And don't be surprised if you do hear about some tornado watches and maybe even some severe thunderstorm activity in Indiana and Ohio. But the further north you get, the less intense those systems are going to be. That's because a cold front is going to be moving through. Now, Matthew, we've seen our temperatures rise as we've gone through the morning. Again, simply because of that warm front that has moved up through. What do we have on the thermometer right now?
So, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 61. Over in Midland, it's 57 degrees. Here at Radio Center, it's cloudy at 60. We have southeast winds at 8 miles per hour, gusting up to 16, and our pressure's at 29.59, and it's falling.
We'll see those winds out of the southeast increase as we go into the early afternoon. Don't be surprised if you hear about some 30-mile-per-hour winds. It's going to change a little bit more southwesterly as we move through the afternoon. And we'll see some wind gusts out of the southwest up to 35 miles per hour. Once again, spotty shower activity giving way to a little bit more concentrated effort of shower activity as we roll into the afternoon. Strong in the southern third of the lower peninsula. We'll continue to see a gusty wind right around 30 miles per hour tonight. It'll become a little bit more westerly. And of course, those temperatures will be dropping too, but still will be quite a bit above normal for this time of the year, even with the passage of the cold front as we go into the mid-afternoon and the late afternoon. Westerly, gusting to 30 miles per hour tonight. Rain shower activity will become more scattered and then dissipate and break down. It'll be mostly cloudy tomorrow. We should see some sun pop up now and again. 60 for a high tomorrow, 46 for a low tomorrow night. Once again, in the evening hours tomorrow night, clouds will be moving in and scattered showers will be around overnight. We'll watch a low pressure system, another one, out of Arkansas moving into western Ohio late night and early on Friday morning. That's going to give us a chance, as I said, of seeing some shower activity, but not a real good chance. It'll still be a little bit on the scattered side. Friday, though, the big difference is going to be our temperatures. We'll be looking at a high of 56, which is pretty close to average, a low of 36, again, which is pretty close to average. Friday is going to be where we should be temperature-wise this time of the year, and we will be seeing some partly cloudy skies. Partly cloudy, sunny skies will continue into the weekend with Saturday, Sunday, and Monday looking at temperatures trying to recover a little bit. 50 degrees for a high on Saturday, 60 degrees for a high on Sunday, 62 for a high on Monday, and then 58, 59 for a high on Tuesday. Again, during that period, The best chance of seeing any precipitation is going to be on Thursday night and early Friday morning. Don't really look too much at some precipitation until late Monday night and the morning hours on Tuesday. Record high in this state is 83. That was set way back in 1927. The record low 24 set in 1949. A year ago, remember we had all those days a year ago where temperatures were in the low to mid 80s, breaking records all over the place. A year ago today, 43 was our high, 34 was our low, and we had a trace of snow a year ago on April the 17th. Sun will set this evening at 8:23, rise tomorrow morning at 6:48. Warmest ever, 17th of April, 1976, the bicentennial year. 82 was our high, 62 was our low. The coldest ever was set back in 1983. 3 inches of snow, that's the record for this date, set back in 1965. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Matthew, standing by. Who do we have?
Up next, we have Gary Kaufman from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Pitchers in baseball throw curveballs. They throw knuckleballs. They throw changeups. I think Mother Nature would be a pretty good pitcher on a major league team. You don't know what you're going to get. That's why you should be prepared. You should be working with the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. It's all about risk management. And as we approach the planting season, it's not going to be too far off. We should be concerned about the health of our crops. The Sarr Agency can help you out with that. Licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Their agents can be reached directly for questions or emergencies on their cell phones. Or you can call the office at 989-868-4247-22. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Again, that's 989-868-4722. Sitting in for Cody Harris today, we've got Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. And Gary, I was looking at the markets as I was reading Michael Sarr's telephone number, and I saw soybeans. Wow. Nice little move today.
Yeah, we got, after, I think we've seen, soybeans finding some support probably after, Tuesday or yesterday, they were falling to their lowest levels we've seen in a month. So we was hoping to get a kind of a technical rebound or, something to rebound here. But, we got, soybeans kind of leading the way. We had some good crush numbers Monday, and they're getting, some support from the meal and the bean oil too, kind of making soybeans on the positives.
So I guess we could stand a little bit more of that with the other commodities, but it ain't going to work today, is it?
Yeah. And we all know, soybean harvest continues in southern Brazil and Argentina, and that's going to kind of keep, I think, a lid on the soybeans, but hey, we'll take a positive when we can get it lately. Corn's kind of just been stuck in a narrow trading range. Probably, it seems like it's been a month, Terry, and wheat's just been choppy all over the place. We've seen 11-cent range. Wheat was up a nickel. Now it's down 5. So it's all, back and forth. Here we go.
So what do you have on the board right now, Gary?
Yeah, Terry. Right now we got cash wheat down a nickel, 540 on the white, 450 on the red. New crop also down 5 at 555 on the white, 475 on the red. We can call cash corn unchanged at 351. New crop down a penny at 401. Cash soybeans currently up 7 at 1067, and new crop, let's call it up a nickel there, Terry, at 1084.
You have a great day, Gary. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Sounds good, Terry. You as well.
All righty, Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Market report brought to you today by the folks at Schaefer and Beerline. You know, if you're in the market for a new Ram commercial truck, a heavy-duty Ram truck, you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is. Well, it's spring Ram commercial truck season at Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. And by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of agriculture since 1895. 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region. Easy to get in contact with. Talk to the folks today at Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
Well, let me see. The plot thickens, I guess, is probably the headline for the day.
The circus thickens.
Oh, there you go.
It's not a plot anymore. It's just
and the elephants are running
littering.
loose in Montana.
So,
Here we
yeah,
go.
I heard about that too.
Yeah.
So, my, oh my. Oh, but super yacht sales are down 17% last year. They blame the oligarchs not having any money to buy them, and
Oh, really?
probably not looking for a good way to die anyway. So,
Well, I was going to say that
you know.
those stairs are treacherous to your
Yeah,
health
for
on some
sure.
of those
Like,
yachts.
Forget it. But the mega yachts are down like 40% for last
Wow.
year. Those are the ones that are over 650 footers. But I
Mm.
don't know. Well, Powell's having trouble getting a handle on inflation, he said. I got help for him. Just look to the White House and the printing press over there, you know. You know, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure that one out. But I don't know. Above my pay grade.
I don't know. I think they've
Anyway.
gone through the serial numbers 10 times now, haven't they?
Yeah, they're on the A's and B's and
D's and E's
numerals
and
and
double
pretty
A's
soon we'll
and
have-
triple B's
Oh.
and yeah.
Anyway, so here's your numbers. The July corn, 442, down 3/4 of a penny. December corn, 466, down 1 1/4. July soybeans, 1167 3/4, up 7 3/4. November soybeans, 1164 1/4, up 5 3/4. July wheat is 559 1/4, down 5 1/2, and December wheat 599 3/4, down 3 1/4. So they got a little help on crude oil today. Something about the EIA and their storage numbers. So 84.20 on crude, down $1.16. Remember, probably $7 from here down is support. So I'd like to see that. Heating oil is 261 1/4, down 3.9 cents. Gasoline 276 1/4, down 6 cents. Natural gas 226 3/4, down 5.5 cents. Over to currencies, U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.38 Canadian, down 29 ticks. The dollar buys 154.60 yen, down 11 ticks. The euro's at 106.45, up 28 ticks. The dollar's at 106.18, that's down 8 ticks. Gold is at $23.8470, down $6.10. Silver's $28.51, up 19 cents. Platinum's at $953.80, down 12.5 bucks. And then that copper is at $438.65, that's up 5.5 cents.
Well, you have a good one.
Okay, yep, you too.
Thanks, Doug. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They've got a great selection of products from Sure Crop and Nature's to help you increase your yields, plus the advice of certified crop advisor Vic Huffer. Serving you since 1983, where serving you is their business, Freeland Bean and Grain. And by Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Jerry Samalski joining us right now from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. Jerry, what should we be doing other than dodging raindrops this afternoon?
Yeah,
Yes, be careful. And I'm concerned more about the straight line winds and what that's going to do to some things as well. But I'm looking at the growing degree days. They've very much slowed down. They were so much ahead of the game that we were a little concerned with that. But now they're going to slow down. I'm looking at long range. Terry, almost the end of the month, I'm not seeing a high in the 60s, which is going to help keep things more at bay. The growing degree days for your pre-emergent is still there. It's going to slow down. And then I'm even looking at the soil temperatures. We're just, gosh, Terry, we're maybe hitting 50, 55 at the heat, but then we're down into the 40s at night. So everything's just going to slow down and give us more time, more seasonal to get things done.
Sounds good. Jerry, tomorrow, the plan of the week, right?
Yes. By gosh, it is Wednesday. Yes. Plan of the week.
Hump day all the way. Jerry, thanks.
There we go.
We'll talk to you again.
All right.
Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Horse owners, trainers, veterinarians agree there is an equine feed available designed to prevent colic and breaks down quickly in the body, so its nutrients are used rather than lost. Total horse care begins with Total Feeds. Bianca Berchtold, one of the top U.S. dressage riders in the world, finds that Total Feeds is best for her horses and gives her a competitive advantage too. So see it for yourself. Even become a dealer. Get all the details by going online at mrftotalequine.com. That's mrftotalequine.com, or dial them up at 833-750-0750. Along with us now, Ed Benkert with Nutrien Ag. Well, I think you probably heard Jerry Samolsky. Things are going to kind of cool down just a little bit. My guess is some farmers, though, have gotten some planting done, huh?
Yeah, Terry, a lot of sugar beets have gone in. There's still a lot to go. Guys have been kind of waiting. I talked to one of my buddies yesterday. The headlands, have taken a lot of abuse in the last few years, especially last fall, and spots in the field are dry, but the ends of the field, especially entry points and stuff, are kind of wet. And it seems like just about every time we get close to drying out, we get a little bit more rain. So, it's been slow so far, I guess, based on the calendar.
Stuff that's been put in the ground. And of course, you're hearing all sorts of this one was put in the 1st of March and this one was put in whatever. It's soil temperature is still a little bit on the cool side, wouldn't you say, Ed?
Well, yeah, Jerry made the comment, when we get these 70-degree days, it spikes well into the 50s, but then we cool down in the evenings and get cloud cover, and it falls back in the 40s. But, a couple weeks ago when it was warm, I was above 50 during the day in the sun. But, yeah, it's probably, the soil temps aren't quite there yet. A lot of soybeans have actually, a few guys have put some beans in. That seems to be a growing trend in the industry to try to get beans going a little early to get more vegetative growth to allow for more time. Pod set and reproduction, but not a lot of corn in. But I think next week, barring rain, the temps are going to be a little cool. But I think next week would be a good time. We're getting to late April. Start sticking some corn in.
Yeah, and I understand there's some oats going in this year too.
Yeah, that seems to be one of those crops we don't focus a lot on, but horses like oats and, they're more cover crop now. There's a lot of oats going in the fall. Guys are growing it themselves, so they have a seed source. So, yeah, that's a good time to plant oats and alfalfa right now, too.
It sure is. Ed Benkert, always good to talk. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Yeah, thank you, Terry. Have a good day.
You too. Ed Benkert with Nutrien Ag. We're going to take a break, and then, Matthew, who do we have on deck?
Up next, we have Craig Voorhees from the Rummel Insurance Agency.
But first, this.
Are you just starting to look for a new vehicle and you're just waiting to hear the new and improved offers on your favorite Chevy? Well, guess what? There aren't any. I'm Steve Cook from Cook Chevrolet Ambassador, and you heard me right. There aren't any new and improved offers. But the great news is that last month's new and improved fantastic offers have been extended. Thanks to lousy weather, sales didn't start jumping until the end of the month. At Cook Chevrolet, you can still lease a Silverado from as little as $299. You can still lease a Blazer from $289. And for the best offer in the country, Equinoxes start at just $209. We've still got a lot full of Chevys, including almost 100 Silverados. You need to find out what savvy shoppers found out last month. Silverado's $299, Blazers $289, and Equinoxes just $209. That's Cook Chevrolet M15 Top of the Hill in Vassar.
Payments based on GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year, and includes all rebates. $2,000 cash down plus all upfront fees due at signing. Chevy, together let's drive.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy. So easy. All you got to do is just call 800-234-3280, or you can go online, steinertractor.com. There's a pretty good chance that whatever you need for that old tractor, that part you will find at Steiner Tractor Parts. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency joining me right now. And Craig, let's talk about a different type of planting. It's called planning, succession planning.
Yes. Good morning, Terry. I know a few folks that are starting to look at that, and maybe a couple other that are saying, well, this might be their last season to farm, and then somebody else is going to be taking over. And hopefully you're doing your planning well in advance when it comes to that. And one of the topics that should come up during that discussion is life insurance. Insurance in general isn't fun, and life insurance is probably even lesser than fun to talk about than regular insurance. But it is a helpful tool when you're in that succession planning stage. If you've got young folks buying you out, a good way to protect their investment is with life insurance, especially if they're partnering with somebody or partnering with you, or maybe a sibling, a spouse, something like that. It's definitely worth looking into life insurance for those kind of expenses.
You know, the thing is, a lot of folks just really don't want to deal with it, like you just said. And then a tragedy happens. It happens more often than you'd think. And then they sit there and they say, you know, we should have. Right.
It's one of those things that isn't fun to talk about, but when you do have it and you need it, it does help. My own family has experienced that, and when you've gone through a tragedy, it's nice to not have to worry about the financial aspect of it. It takes a little bit of the stress off the situation.
You are certainly right. Craig Voorhees, always good to talk. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. We're talking about planting. Well, let's talk. Let's get ready for planting some flowers. That might not be all that far off. Chuck Cervinsky with Maple Hill Nursery. I think you've got a suggestion.
Yeah, this weather's getting a little warmer, and it's time to think about planting annual flowers. It might be a little early, but how about trying something new this year for a potting soil? Flower Dew 201 from Morgan Composting and Dairy Dew. It's a organic potting soil, high in phosphorus, and it promotes both healthy and vibrant blooms. Lots of organic ingredients in it, including worm dew, which is another Morgan Composting product. And it's also got dairy dew in it. And for best results, you're going to want to wet the soil before you use it. And we've got it available in both 1 cubic foot bags and 1.5 yard super sacks for someone that might be planting a lot of flowers.
So if somebody needs some advice and want to see what you're talking about, all they got to do is stop by.
And we'll show you how to do it with dairy dew products from Morgan Composting.
Chuck Cervinsky, thanks a lot. You take care. Have a great day, okay?
We'll talk to you Friday.
Talk to you Friday. We'll be right back.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal. Recycling today for tomorrow.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Legendary Tree Care. You need some trees removed. How about trimming? Not a problem. No job is too big. No job is too small. They are fully licensed and insured. LegendaryTreeCare.com or like them on Facebook. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. WSGW.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by